Good morning. I am hoping that you can hear me, and I would say that Corinda mentioning that I woke you up might mean that I am audible, that all things are going right with the right buttons having been pressed at the right time. So, good evening, Corinda. Sorry I woke you up, but maybe you need to put the airplane mode on if you're sleeping, because I know you're over in the UK, isn't it? And good morning, Keza. You're in Victoria. I know that one too. I'm remembering some of this stuff, where everyone is. Good morning to you again. Oh, that's right. Yep, you're just responding because, okay, Corinda. Yep. And the ha. Yes. And good morning to Nikki. So it is a happy Sunday. Bit overcast here in the foothills of Adelaide. What's it like down my way? Down my way, it's very overcast. It feels like it's going to rain. And it's cool, although I'm feeling warm. So it's all okay, really. It's the potential of an autumn day. That's what it feels like, not the last of the summers. So there you go. And we've got, yes, Corinda, how am I liking the new platform? I haven't noticed that it's new. It's a progression of wonderful new things within it as far as the you're talking about the reels. I'd have no idea. The social media stuff. I have heard talk of reels, but that's not my thing. I like doing this. It's how I'll stay doing this. It is streaming out too. The YouTube channel. I have got a YouTube channel. It's going to my Ros Boundy page on Facebook. It's going to mytimetv.live page on Facebook. It's also going to my card reading group on Facebook. Facebook has a big presence, but it's not to the degree that I delve into every little knick-knack, paddywhack type thing that the team at Meta or whatever it's called now are wanting to create. I don't need to chase those rainbows, thank you. So there we go. Here we've got Nikki saying, bring on autumn, you're over the heat of summer. Well, I don't know that it felt like we had a great deal of hot days through our summer. It feels less and less each year, but that's to me. Whether that's, I didn't have to turn on the air conditioner that often. And that means it wasn't too many times it was over the 33. So, because that's about when I'll turn it on. If it's muggy, humid, oh well. So anyway, and even now on YouTube have rules, do they? Oh, I didn't know that one, Corinda, so thank you. I've learnt something today, and that'll be relevant when I get to the cards, because there is something about learning. And absolutely, everyone is copying each other. They've always chased their tails. Once one got something that was you, Butte, and people took after it, of course, the rest wanted to follow. It's all about the dollar marketing, getting it all together because they want it all. And you've got 18 beds today. Oh, that sounds like there was a good stay over for the night then. That's actually good for the industry, isn't it, Keza? And enjoy doing the making, the remaking. I know you move around with me in your pocket sometimes, and that's fine. And Jacqueline, good morning to you as well. Now, this is a general card spread reading, of course, so you do need to tune in, take your responsibility of connecting with your spiritual guidance as we move over to the layout. And it's a small one this morning. What Spirit decided was to have just the 3 cards, but one of the cards here is in the center. Oh, and I just remembered to say, acknowledge that I've got my stream going to the Body Soul app as well that you can get on your mobile devices. And it's just bodysoul.app, and it says the icon is a mermaid in blue, stylized, of course. It's a lovely app. I'm really enjoying it. So it's an alternative to the other social media. It's much better, much better. So here we have our card spread. And what you'll notice here is one single charm. Spirit really led me to wanting to just do something short and basic this morning, although it's not basic in the information that we have. It really is, everything has a meaning if we really tap in and understand what those sign symbols and messages are for us. Nikki, you're a delicate creature. You prefer autumn and spring. Actually, they're the ones I prefer too. I like that mild mid-20s. Thank you. Exactly. I do like listening to the rain on the roof because I've got a corrugated iron roof too, so it makes a little bit of difference. Right. So here we have our 3 cards. This card in the center is from the Numbers Work numerology cards. So, and this is the guidebook um, from that deck. It's very informative. I've quite enjoyed picking up a mini course on it and having some instruction around these cards in doing a spread. These cards, this one. Very, very interesting. And these 2 here are from the Rana George deck that has this cover on it. And that's the regular LENORMAND deck, of course. And I might just, will that fit there? No, it won't. So those are the 2 decks that I'm featuring this morning. So with this one, I'm going to actually read this first because it is the central card of what we're reading. And it's the numbers, because it's numbers, that 16 then comes back down into being a 1 + 6 is 7. So in the guidebook, and that's what I like about this set, is because it's so easy to understand some of what there is involved in the interpretation. So with the 7 numbers, it's the key word for the 7s is I analyze. So you're actually gaining your education, you're gaining knowledge, and this being knowing as far as the card goes. I'm just going to read what the interpretation is that's in the guidebook. See, there it is. It's listing the other 6 cards that are involved with being a 7 in this deck. So the knowing is trust the inner teacher as it deepens self-understanding. So we're exploring the mysteries of life and gain that further knowledge in any area that you feel personal interest in. So that really, for me, anchors in, and why I found this charm. Like, I just pulled a charm out of the top of my charm tin, and it was the anchor. So we are actually going to anchor in what messages, what learnings, what knowings we're going to gain today. So really trust what you're receiving. You look, if you really enjoy reading and doing that sort of study or learning, go and read a book that's something new, something different, and you'll actually remember that and learning that one in a little bit more depth today, because we've got that anchor sitting as part of our energy for the day. So then we can move to either side, and we've actually got the ring, which is bringing in that commitment to ourselves, that cycle of what is our learnings and what we're needing as our lessons in life. And it's being specifically more today. That's why and how we're going to be using that knowledge in a way that will continue on that cycle of learning and growing and understanding and really tapping into our wisdoms. Like I've got the little owl in the corner, we are gathering our wisdom each and every second of our days. Okay, and part of that, as we're moving over to the other side, the right-hand side of our deck, our spread, we've got the birds in the LENORMAND deck, and it is communication. It's just learning, chatting with people, learning new things, gaining more knowledge, having that knowing growing. So what we're doing is really bringing it up into our bringing it up into our understandings more, our consciousness more of what we're learning. So good morning to you too. I'm thinking it might be Caitlin, but that I've put the FAQ Be Live permission for the comments there in each of the streams now too. So if you click that, Facebook will allow you to show your name if you're in that group. I should have put it just in the actual group, that card group, and it's because it's a private group. That's the only reason. So anyway, that's as quick and easy as this reading's going to be this morning. Um, so we really are tapping into what is that knowing, that learning, that gaining our wisdom from what we experience in our day, whether it's just the experiences or whether it's going to be something that we're deliberately going to take an interest in and learn from a book, from some writings, from watching something specific as a YouTube video, for instance, that we want to learn something new. Just trust your instinct in what direction spirit is taking you with gaining that extra knowing and growing with it too. And here we are from Keza. You put on your country charm to bring your guests back to see you. That's a great way of building up, isn't it? Friendships and having those return that you would like to see again too, as far as the business, because it's hospitality, isn't it? Sorry, I had to close my eyes to concentrate just then. The hospitality industry you're in with accommodation and resort, isn't it, Keza? Wonderful, wonderful. So, as you're moving through your day today, do tap into that knowing, that bringing forward something that you may have forgotten and want to continue with learning more of, so that you are actually bringing to the world what is your shining light in understanding and sharing. So, we need it now, don't we? So, thank you to each and every one of you. Certainly share around to others who may be having a sleep in that this is available for replay. So, they only just need to click on the Ros Boundy or the My Time links, YouTube. You've got to search, I think, at Ros Boundy, because I haven't quite got to that 100 milestone that you need to be able to have your personalized, or whatever it's called, the URL with the Ros Boundy in it. It's still the YouTube jumble number things. So anyway, just explaining that. So share it around that as far as the YouTube, subscribe and hit the notifications, all that sort of thing. It's just lovely having more here each time because it's a growing family, isn't it? So thank you, Keza, and having a wonderful day to all. So passing on those best wishes. And as I do, have a wonderful day. Keep being the best you that you can be, wherever you are in the world. Continue prayers for the Europe, all those happenings that are over there, because there are many friends and family who have people in distress with what's happening. And prayer is powerful in whatever way that you are able to express that, and and share with each other that love. It really does come back to love. So thank you from Nikki. Thank you for my time. Pleasure. Oh, look, it is a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to be. I am going to be pressing some buttons today. I'm definitely going to be trialing out a new link to a landing page. There's some of this stuff that we like to do. I like to press buttons. And yes, it is Caitlin. Thanks for this morning. Thank you, Caitlin, and totally agree with the thoughts. And thoughts are with you. Look, my thoughts and prayers are with all those who are in the troubled zones. And look, even as far as praying for those who are the instigators, that all will be love. Makes it hard though, doesn't it? Hey, look, I'm going to press some buttons later. I'm just trying out the soul software and how I need to understand it. And that is in the doing. So I will be offering later, and it won't be either of these methods. It will be via soul software. Keep an eye out on my Ros Boundy page or the profile, just the normal one. I'll be putting a link or two in just to get, for people to try out. It's just going to be a pick a card type of thing, but I do want to check out the payment system. So be prepared for $5 or something like that. I'm not sure how it's structured yet, but that's the thing of playing buttons. I like playing with pressing those buttons, and I just want to get it right so that it makes it as easy as possible for you to gain what level of reading style you would like. There is that. There is my website. Some are familiar with that. There is the Buy Me a Coffee. Some are familiar with that. And I'm just going to move through to progressing the ease of being able to book with me or choose a reading. And of course, we do have this as a livelihood. I do use this as a method of creating my income. And so, of course, I'm going to try different things. So, thank you for being so wonderful and supportive. And I am going to go now. Keep being the best you that you can be through all of today. And we'll see you tomorrow morning at the 8 o'clock for the regular card spread reading, or as I press the buttons, who knows what will develop. So, thank you and namaste. Bye for now.